Hello, I'm Maeve McGee. Welcome. And I'm telling you one of the stories that you'll hear in Magical Ireland, Tales of Leprechauns, Ghost in the Shee. This is the story of how I found my first leprechaun. I'd seen one before this, but this is how I caught me own. I was a fiery wee young lass, about 8 years old, confident and smart, and I lived in Tipperary and near the Glen of Cungallin. That is where the wee folk make their home, in the shade of a grandfather oak tree. And it is there that I would climb every day with a shovel in hand, all the way to the top of the oak tree, and I'd sit and wait for the leprechaun to come back. And I waited and I waited and I waited. And then one day I heard clickety clack, clickety clack, clickety clack. I knew that it was the sound of the leprechaun. So I quickly went down with my shovel very quietly. I crept up behind him and I caught him around the middle and I said, "I gotcha. Please take me to your pot of gold." The leprechaun looked shocked. He said, "I've been watching you for some time, lassie. Determined you are, I gave you that. I'm also clever." And I showed him my shovel. He said, "That is also on your favour. Tell me, lass, what is your name?" I thought he was trying to trick me. He's being so kind. I said, "I'm Maeve, Maeve McGee of Tipperary." "Charmed, I'm sure. I'm Ghob, king of the leprechauns." And he bowed to me, and I curtsied to him. "Now," he said, "so Maeve, with the bright red hair and the flashing blue eyes, you want me gold, do you?" "I do," I said. "And what would such a wee young lass as yourself do with such a great big treasure as that?" Now, I'd been thinking over this for some time, and I said, "I'd like to give it to all the people in need and all the animals just crying for help." Now, Ghob was astounded by this, and he started to dance all around, and then other leprechauns joined, and they were dancing as well, and I also started to dance. Round and round we went, and I realised we were no longer in Ireland. We were in the land of the Shee. There were more and more leprechauns coming in, and also brownies at the hearth and home, the beautiful flower fairies with their wings, the earth, air, water, and fire fairies all dancing, their faces filled with love and bliss. Well, Ghob took me by the hand and said, "Now, Maeve, I'm going to give you my pot of gold, but you must do as you said. You must give it to those in need and the people that are crying for help, along with the animals that need it as well. And if you also tell them that we're not just mischief makers as people think, we are nature spirits and we are guardians to the earth, air, water, and fire. And when we find a person as kind as you, we share our gold with them." I told Ghob that I'd do as he said, and then he gave me that gold, and he led me one more time around the circle, and the next thing I knew, I was up in the tree right where I started, that grandfather oak tree, with a pot of gold in my hand. And from that day forward, I went out sharing my gold to all the people needing it and all the animals crying for help, telling them stories about leprechauns in the Shee, as I'm telling you now. The end. And that's just one of the many stories you're going to hear tomorrow night at 7 p.m. on Magical Ireland, Tales of Leprechauns, Ghost in the Shee. I hope to see you then. Have a magical night.